We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Jaylen Wright, Miami Dolphins running back. Got to see him back in action after missing last week of preseason. He went right back to his week 1 performance. Looked amazing, just above all the other players on the field. Right, so explosive, still showing off, that burst, that speed, capturing outside all the time. But the footwork, the ability to make jump cuts with the balance and power that he's also able to run with, just such a special combination. And we also got to see more of him as a receiver in this game, which I think was huge. I feel like he's just going to be more impactful than people give him credit for. Really, really fun to watch him go. I think there's still some consistency, some things he can do better with his vision. But even when things weren't blocked up pretty well, he usually at least made one guy miss, even if he wasn't getting yards-wise. But, I also thought he showed some good football intelligence, just understanding situations, things like that. Really, really excited to see Jaylen Wright throughout the season. I think he's going to get more involved earlier. And yeah, just really excited to see him as a receiver. He even did some, had a pass protection rep that we'll see later on. But here, this one was actually called back from holding, but this is just great work, creating on your own still. I love this play from him. More toss work, getting to the outside, good vision. See these guys maintain outside leverage here. They're trying to capture the edge. This guy gets outside half, so he sticks that foot in the ground, gets uphill. Love how he's able to transition very quickly, very efficiently, very little wasted movement, and then get back on your path to the outside, drop your shoulder into someone, and then bounce out of it, show off that speed. His ability to absorb contact is so good, and you combine that with a lot of guys don't usually have that. If they absorb contact like that, most of them just don't have this level of athleticism that Wright has, and it's the combination of it. He can change directions, quickness, lateral cuts, burst, speed, all of it, and he just fits in this scheme so well. I really am excited to see this running back room go, and because I think all of them can make big plays this year. Right, continuously looks good on the edge. Look at this ability to capture the edge, because he didn't even get this pitch super cleanly, based on the angle here. Kind of hitting this up, but he sees them capture the edge quickly, so he adjusts that angle to the outside very, very fast. And look at that just speed to turn the corner like that. And then obviously he's going out of bounds, but even stays on his feet in a situation where guys might fall, right here when he's picking up. Most guys are going to slip, go to the ground, and he's still able to stay on his feet. That's some great balance, body control. Even though it doesn't matter specifically for that play, it's great things to notice, trait-wise, and things that he can do on other types of plays. The process is always super important. This one isn't a crazy long run, but I love the efficiency of it. We're seeing the explosives, but I love seeing him work on gap scheme stuff. He's very comfortable on this. They're, motioning the tight end across. He's the kick-out guy. Then we got the right guard going through. You're working off the back of 62 right here. So he stays patient, stays square, presses up into the block for this to, happen here. Pretty good base, and then makes the efficient cut laterally to get upfield, work off the back of the block, and then still get vertical after that. That's really just good combination. Love how he sets this up, and then fights through. Always sort of falling forward for extra yards. And then I think as a receiver, it was nice to see, he made good catches. Still not as much route running, and as I want to see, I still think he needs to improve as a route runner. I think that will come with some time, but they get him out here. They run a rub play. Good job by the receiver setting this up. Love seeing this. Right, makes this smooth catch. Love that he flips his hips around here, because this ball's thrown to his inside shoulder to keep him in bounds. And look how he's able to flip his hips before the catch point. Still catch it with his hands. This is important. Some guys struggle to do this. They struggle to flip their hips. So he flips his momentum upfield so he can catch this and get down very, very quick. Catches it smoothly on the hip turn, which I think is always a nice sign for ball skills. And then gets upfield. You can see the burst speed. Still trying to throw his shoulders into guys. Very, very impressed. You get him the ball in space like that, he is going to go to work. And McDaniel, one of the best in the business at getting his guys high value touches. And the running back room is definitely the room in the receiver room that you're trying to get those plays to. And Wright, Malik Washington, they took advantage of those snaps. Here he is on another toss play. Just making a play out in space. Probably could have got more yards out of it, but because there was a lot of room to work with. If he kind of started to slow down right here, play with a little more patience, and then hit the cutback. But he's trying to get back on the outside path. I think he could have read the leverage of the blocks a little bit better, but still picks up the first down. You still see all the great traits that he can have, the speed and still running through some tackles. Not super easy to bring down, but I do think this is nice to show that even though on some of his big plays, he still can maximize yardage if he plays things a little bit better at times, because when you're in this situation, you see all this room, you're trying to hit through. But I think a lot of top tier running backs that have a great feel for the game would have felt this guy flowing over and start like pressed up here a little bit more instead of going to the outside right away, and stayed patient and then cut it back, and he would have had even more room to work with. Because once you're here, you have to go to the outside, because getting to the inside, you're far too close to him now. But yeah, still a lot of things I think Wright can work on, but he's still so good. Here's some outside zone. He had a lot of big plays on tosses. I like seeing him on outside zone, like handoffs. Don't know what, I think this is Matthew Jones. Don't know what he's doing. He's running the wrong play. I think he thinks this play is going to the left. But it's going to the right. So he just gives up a free runner to 74. But even with this guy with a free running look, Wright is able to identify that and has so much burst and speed that out of the handoff, look at him just open up his hips, point the toe, and get outside of it so fast. Like, still able to pick up like 4 or 5 yards with a free running D tackle straight at him. So pretty impressive athletic wise, run through that arm tackle. Trying to hurdle a guy. I don't know, he's trying to get himself hurt or something, but overall, still love seeing that him make plays even when things weren't perfect, or like he got back to the line of scrimmage a couple times when he had a free runner at him, or guys create instant penetration. This is a play more for football intelligence. This is right before the half. So like right here, with the flow, he might be able to stick his foot in the ground and then cut this back up here and pick up, a few extra yards. These guys would have rallied and made the tackle, but probably could have picked up like, around like 9, 10 instead of like 6. But this was right before half. So he understands the situation. He feels that this guy is getting the outside leverage. These guys might be overflowing. So he starts to slow it down, allows this block to develop, makes these guys slow down too. And once that happens, he's able to get back to the outside. So he's able to maximize his yardage to the outside and still get out of bounds, which stops the clock. That's just good football intelligence, and I think understanding the awareness and just all around really like that stuff from Ryan. I feel like he's pretty far along. Dolphins have been doing this more with this motion. Niners have been doing this a lot over the past couple of years. Dolphins haven't done it a ton, but it seems like towards the end of last year and now this year, they're trying to get this involved. The motion out, it just gives you like leverage, angle advantages in certain situations. Here they just sort of leave him, nothing too crazy. Just gets down in the flat. Just love seeing him make, solid catches, be comfortable, and then get upfield. I still feel like there's more I want to see as a receiver, but enough like good stuff, like him had like 4 catches for like 40-something yards. Make plays, get downhill, get close to the first down mark, make the first guy have a tough tackle, fight through that contact, takes a couple guys to end up getting him down. Very good stuff. And here in pass pro, we get to see him come up. They run the play action. He identifies this guy. This is the closest man that has a chance to get to the quarterback. So he takes the inside guy, throws his body into him, squares him up. I mean, probably could use his hands a little better instead of like throwing his upper body into him, overextending. But you square that guy up, it slows him down long enough, allows Skyler to throw that ball down to Hayden Rucci for completion. That was like a big conversion. So like seeing that from Wright. And this is the last play. This one actually, I think, goes for a -1 yard loss. But look how quickly this guy's offsides right here, by the way. So this was an offsides penalty. He was lined up over the ball. So Meyer's not able to block him, so don't blame the center. But he's offsides and able to instantly penetrate. And look how Wright adjusts this angle here. This is outside zone. This guy's going to go right into his path. He changes up literally his angle even before he gets the ball to make a quick cut here. Look how efficient that was. And then get back upfield, get back on his track as quickly as possible. Like, there's already guys planning to hit him, but like fighting through contact, taking multiple people to break him down, at least only losing 1 yard here, and the process of the play of making this first guy miss. And sometimes you make this first guy miss, sometimes that it will be even more opened up if everyone else blocks it up pretty nicely. Like, that can create lanes. It didn't happen in this situation, but I think it's important to notice like the process of his plays looked pretty good, even on like the negative ones. It was typically the O-lineman's fault. There's like a couple plays you might want back, but still love seeing these traits out of him. I'm a big Jaylen Wright fan. Out of Tennessee, I think people don't know, like, Achane and Mostert have had injuries in the past. They get banged up. I'm expecting to see a decent amount of Wright at some point this year, and even towards the end, if they're all healthy, I still see a world where Wright could get some valuable touches and maybe even take the load in certain games, just because, he's got the size and build for it while still fitting in, the nice scheme of the offense. So if you usually do, make sure that comes.